Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon, and today is episode 21 of our Scrap series. Scrap is a series of videos between myself and 3 other my stamping friends who are all scrapbookers. We give you tips, tricks, and different methods of how you can scrapbook. Recently, Stampin' UP has kind of switched their gears, and they've added, or I should say, have increased their scrapbooking items. And so we want to help you guys learn how to use those products that they have available and then order them from our online stores. So be sure to check out all of the links below for this whole month's worth of videos. We always have a theme. This month we were supposed to pick a photo. Oh, that's the same photo, but if you know me, that's a hard thing to do. So I will show you my photos and the multiple ones I'll be using. I am not a traditional scrapbooker. I do more of what's called a pocket album. So we'll have pages in there that you can take out like this, and it's designated sizes. So a 3x4 or a 4x6, and there's one that is a 6x8 in size. So I just have been adding, this one is just random ones that I have that are already ready to go, and I'm going to add to that one this time with the photo that we're doing, and then I will put them in its individual album later. But let's go over some of the tricks and tips. There we go. I'm not going to actually do a full-on page for you today. I'm just going to tell you my method, which hopefully gets you started and know what to do first. That was always the hardest part for me, is knowing how do I start. So the photos we're using are all from what was called Onstage. We went to in March, the 3 of us, well 4 of us, myself included. So let me show you some of those photos. These are the photos I will not be scrapbooking with today because they didn't make the cut. No, because they weren't exactly what I was looking for, and I'll show you how. So first you print your photos. So I've printed, and then what I did after I print them, I sort them. So I go through the photos and I say, okay, this one is great, like photos of all of us, and they're all situational. So that's at the actual Onstage, that's at church, that's at the airport, that's at a restaurant. So I like those ones. They're all very like placed in a location. So I kind of clustered those ones together because I only had one of each. This one I liked because it has both outdoor feel to it, and we're wearing the same outfits. So you can tell it's the same day. We have the trees in both of them, which is a fun look as well. This one I do want to do at a later time. Super cute photos there. This one is after we ate at this amazing restaurant, so we took a photo in front of it. And then we have these cute little bracelets that Amelia made for us, so we took a photo. Look, my poor hand got chopped off, but it's there. Where our bracelets that she made that all have the word share on it. So I thought these two paired nicely together. And then this set here is so funny. Somehow I have the same photo and it's like mirror image. Isn't that crazy? I think I must have clicked on it when I went to go print it out, because I think it's exact same photo. It just got flipped, which that could be a really fun layout to do at some point. Look how those flowers look like they come together. So I go through and I sort them. Once I have them sorted, I need to, and like I said, I do it by outfits, colors, or events are my main ways to sorting. Then I need to choose a pocket style. So Stampin' UP has lots of different other styles of pockets. Let me get some of them out for you. They have this one that has 2 of the 4x6. They have one that has 4 of the 3x4s. See each 4 quadrants there. And let's see if I have another example. Those are the 2 main ones, and then there should be one more, which I think I'm using in ours, so I'll grab that one. The other one has, sorry, I have these all divided. That's 4x6. Oh, and then there's this guy here who has a 4x6, and he has 2 little 3x4s. So there's a couple different types of layouts. What I will do is I will grab the photos that I want, and I will start sliding them underneath. So this one is my all white, and I just have 2 photos. I put a post-it note on it. That's another tip. Use post-it notes to help you organize, because they could be removed and you can see what you're doing. This one is a super cute one. This is outside this giant acorn, and the photo is very similar, but one's a little bit more zoomed in. So for this one, I would do something like this where I'd say, okay, this is the one that'd be my 4x6, and I would slide it behind here to see what it would look like. This is just me placing first to see which layout for which type of pocket page. Then I could put this one in, and I could say, oh yeah, that one could potentially fit also in that 4x6. So that's an option there. And then let's go through. Actually though, this was the one I liked for this one, where I had that full on size. And then for this one, I'm gonna cut it down so that way it is more of a 3x4, and then I'll have a little bit of journaling space there. I think that was the floor plan, the layout for that guy. Let me get my other two in here, and I'll show you those as well. Okay, so I have these two photos. I know, are these so fun? Have you guys seen them? I love these. Okay, this one was a Onstage ones that I wanted to have all 3 photos. So I already know these photos need 3 spots. So this pocket one has 3 spots for photos. I would put my largest one that's going horizontal, and then I would pick my 2 vertical ones, and these would fit in that space we have here. This one was my last one that I wanted to play with a little bit, and it has again the 2 pockets, 4x6 on top, and then these 2 small 3x4s. Here's this one I would put up there because we're a little bit more zoomed in, so I can't crop out much there. So I got to keep the whole thing. And then there's this cute one when we had a silent dance party. And you're probably wondering, what is a silent dance party? There where we all wore these headphones, and we were all on either like 3 different radio stations, or DJs actually, because they were live there. And we could listen and pick what song we want to listen to, or we could have no music at all and just chat with friends. Super fun party. These 2 photos I picked together, even though they weren't like same day, so we're wearing the same outfits, we're all wearing the white, but look at the colors here. We have those purples and blues, and even though this is us sitting, this is us at the party, they both go great together, just for that reason alone. And for that one, I would do something like this, where I would trim down that guy. And you're thinking, well, how do you know how to trim down your photos when they're too big like this? Okay, let's grab some of my guides. We'll show you how to do this one. We'll just do one page to give you an idea today of how we would trim down. So this guy we know, no trimming. I could potentially trim out this back photo right there, maybe, and we can do that later, just because I don't need that random person that's sitting beside us. She's not smiling for the photo. We'll put it in there for now. Then this one, I only want a 3x4. So what I've done is our clear stamp sets, our photopolymer stamp sets, come with these window sheets, which of course I always keep. So I went ahead and cut them down. This is a 4x6, so that same guy right there. And then I have 2 of the 3x4. So what I could do is I would take this clear piece and I would line it up over my image, the things that I definitely want in the photo. So I'm liking mostly that. Do I want all of her shoe? That's the thing I want to debate a little bit. So I'm going to just slide it down a little bit, make sure our body parts are all in there. And then you could just take a pencil, a pen, whatever you like, and we're going to use this as a guide. Let's see. I have lots of pens near me. Let me see if I have a pencil. Pencils are my favorite. Oh, let's see. If not, we will just use a pen. Okay. I want that to be seeable, so I'm going to go like this, and you can either do a whole line of it, or you can just mark the corners. So corner here, I know, but I'm going to go all the way over. And then I'm going to come down and just trace it, so that when I put this in my paper trimmer, I can line this up perfectly, since it's the center of the photo. Photos that are just on the edges, those are a lot easier to be able to measure out. But how do I know how to cut this and get the size I want without from being from the middle. All right, paper trimmer. There's 2 blades. That's my cutting blade. That's my scoring blade. So I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna line it up so I can see. I'm gonna actually start with this side because I feel like it's easier to line that one up first. Look through the track, see if that's where it is. Looks good. And I'm gonna trim that one off. Then I'm gonna turn it. So now I have that nice straight edge there. And if you wanna make sure it's straight, you can use your guides as here as well. I'm gonna follow that line though. And cut. Nice. Turn it again. Line it up. Here's that nice little pen mark we made. And cut. Last one. Line up into our grooves of our trimmer. And cut through. And there we go. I have a beautifully, perfectly cut 4x6 for my photo there. Isn't that super cute? I could use this on another part of it to embellish, or even maybe have on the side over here. Trim this one up and make it part of our extra piece later. But I'm not designing today. We're just doing tricks and tips. Then I would be able to slide this one in. Let's see if it made the cut. If not, we'll do some more trimming. Oh, hold on. Oh, that one's a little bit off. So if it's not perfect, that's when you grab your paper trimmer one more time. And I'm gonna come over here on my grid and trim off just a sliver. Literally, that tiniest piece. Let's see if it slides in nicer now. Still getting some curling there. Let me try this other side. 4x3 is my measurement. There we go. Nice. Now we can slide it in. Sorry, it's going. Still a little tight for me, so I'm going to scooch it just a little bit, and I'm actually going to make it a 2 7/8. And that might be something I need to play with my guides there, and to trim them down to fit nicer into these guys. There we go. Maybe. Okay. Just like that. But those window sheets you can get with your clear or your photopolymer stamp sets, or you can buy them from our online store as well. They're called clear window sheets, and I can have the link for those in the comments or below in the description. So that would be one cute layout that I would continue designing later. Same idea with this guy. I would put that one in, and then I would want to cut down these two. I'm going to go ahead and cut down this one. But before we do, let's make sure that our guide is the size that we want it to be. Let's trim that guide, because we could tell by last time that that was not going in as easily. So I'm going to come over here to my 3, and I'm going to just scooch it just that tiniest bit. And we'll do the same thing for the 4. We're going 1 notch down. And hopefully that gives us enough wiggle room. Okay, let's try this again. So this one I think is super cute, and the framing on this one, I want to make sure I get this purple background and our feet. So I'm going to come just below our feet, making sure I have all that purple. I'm going to get cut out a little bit. I want to make sure I have all of our faces. It's okay if I'm missing an arm, because you'll still see my hand. We'll miss like my shoulder and the little bit of that turtle guy. but that is totally okay. And I'm looking at the framing on this border there. So we're gonna go ahead and pin that in. Cutting from the middle. If you had like a X-Acto blade, that is something also you could probably use to cut things out from the middle, but otherwise this guide is a great way to go to make sure, there we go, we cut what we need. Okay, let's try this one. This will be my last one to show you. I wanted to show you this one because you can see how I would pick and choose where I wanted my, because this is all just floor space. This is background space that does not need to be part of this story. So I'm kind of like zooming in. All right, there. And cut. Okay. I like to turn it so that it matches with that track line we have there, and cut. Some of you might have no idea what Onstage is. It's when Stampin' UP demonstrators travel usually to a place where we get to celebrate all things Stampin' UP, and we get to see new products and play with new products. All right. And right here. Okay, I have a little bit of ink on this side, so I'm going to do one more trim because I can see where my pen did not get cut off. I'm going to cut that pen markings off. Cute, cute. Okay, moment of truth. Should we see if it fits? Let's see if we can't slide this one in. Oh yeah, so much better. Look at that. Slid right in, has lots of space, super cute, and we've been able to take a photo that was lots of empty space and zoomed in on it by cutting it down to that 3x4. All right, you guys, I hope you've learned something new and that you can use these steps. I'll have these over my blog where I print photos, I sort them by outfits, colors, events. I then choose the pockets, so the page, the items we're going to put the photos into. I use a guide, and then I trim, and then I design. Then I pick my papers and everything, and that's where the creative part comes. This is just the parts that get you to where you want to go. So make sure you figure out what photos you want and which products you're going to use, and the rest is just lots of fun. All right, you guys, I hope you had a great time listening and watching this video today. Have a great month of September. Be sure to check my online store for new products. I can't wait to share with you all those new fall, Christmas, holiday. Let me do a quick little plug for our new mini catalog and online exclusives. If you don't have one, please leave me a comment below and I will gladly send you one. This is amazing products that you'll be seeing for the next 4 months that have some great scrapbooking ideas for. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great day and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.